Right, everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, I'm going to do a video on a emergency shield backpack that you can make. So this will have a decent first aid kit in it, and it will also be a stab protection sort of shield if you're ever in a situation where that may happen. I've been planning on doing this for a while because I've wanted to have one of these when I travel. I do go to London occasionally, and I do want something in a bag that if it ever did happen, hopefully not, I would have some kind of shield that could protect me from blades. So this is the bag I'm going to use. You can use any bag as long as it has a pocket in the back. Now it doesn't have to have that pocket, but it will help a lot if it does. What we're going to do is put some kind of stab resistant material in there, and it won't interfere with anything and will act like a shield. So I'll show you some of the materials you can use. Also, all of the items I will be showing you will be inexpensive, as cheap as I can possibly show you, because I can't spend a lot of money on things either. So, chopping boards. As long as they're around about 8mm thick, no knife will go through these. HDPE, even wooden ones will work. Put those in the pocket. You may need to cut them, so just be aware of that. That one would actually fit in there perfectly. You can get those for, I don't know, 5-10 quid maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know how much a chopping board costs. But chopping boards or any type of HDPE or wooden chopping boards. Talking of wood, even just a bit of 8mm ply cut to shape will work. No knife will go through that. It doesn't have to be ply. But any wood that's around about 8mm thick, it's reasonably light still. Knives shouldn't go through it, and if it's something like ply, it won't split, because you need to watch out for some woods they could split. But any wood should fit, should be quite easy to shape to fit in the pocket as well. There are various metals you could use. This is a baking tray. Now this baking tray on its own wouldn't be any good, but if you've got about 4 baking trays, cut these edges off. Or even if you can't do that, just layer the 4 together. 4 or 5 of these together should stop a knife. You can always test it if you're not sure. Just be careful that you don't slip down the knife and cut your fingers. But yeah, any kind of metal. So old signs, baking trays, bits of aluminium. As long as it's about 2mm thick, it won't be too heavy, and it should stop any knife going through it. Old books and magazines. Now this is a bit thick, this isn't what I would use, but I can't find any magazines at the minute. But a couple of big magazines, or you can even get old atlases. Some of the big atlases are massive. Cut those to shape, maybe double them up. But as long as that's about 10mm thick, shouldn't be able to stab through it. But you do want something that's thin and dense, not something like a newspaper. But yeah, large books or magazines will fit in that pocket absolutely perfectly and do the job. And then lastly, old second-hand body armour from eBay. You can get single panels for about 20 quid. This is what I'm going to use. I'm going to open this up, I'm going to cut these flaps off, and inside here is chainmail as well. But I'm going to fold the chainmail over, cut those flaps off, put that inside, and then I'll have bullet resistance and stab protection. There's a bit more work doing this, and it'll cost you a bit more, but you know, it is something that is designed to do what we want. Just be aware these have a back and a front, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I'm going to put in mine, because I've got one anyway, and this is a plan I've had for quite a while. But basically, anything that will stop a knife that's lightweight is perfect to go in the backs of the bag. You probably never even notice it's there. Shouldn't add too much weight. It will make the bag rigid at the back, but that's probably good for your back anyway. You know, bags have frames, don't they, if they're heavy. So the other thing I would recommend is putting in some kind of first aid kit. So what I'm going to carry in my bag is this first aid kit, which is to stop heavy bleeding essentially, and also multiple credit card type cards with duct tape on them. What those cards do is, if you are stabbed in your chest, if you have an open hole in your chest, it can start making your lungs collapse. these cards can be held over, they seal it, and the tape can be used to hold it on. And they're lightweight, cost nothing to do, and just the cards on their own are good enough, but the tape will help. So any first aid kit that's bandages and something to put on the wound should be good, but I'll show you something I would recommend if you can afford it. I don't know how much they cost nowadays. You should be able to go to the pound shop and buy plenty of bandages, but what I'm going to carry in mine, some of this Celox hemostatic gauze, which is for stopping arterial bleeding and heavy bleeding. You can get it in granules or gauze like this. You put it over and it will stop heavy bleeding, essentially. It would be worth looking up how to use these before you do, but you will need a couple of other accessories with it. So it's worth having a bag. So that's the gauze. This is the granules, they're for pouring in a wound. You see how small that is? All you'd want is maybe one or two of those, a couple of bandages, and some flannels are recommended for holding over the wound. Yeah, obviously look up the full instructions to something like that. But all of that can be packed in a reasonably small package like that. Put that in the bottom of your bag or in one of the side pockets, and then have your shield in the back pocket, and then you have got a shield to protect yourself and also a decent first aid kit to potentially save your life or someone else's if an attack did happen and you were stabbed. So there you go, those are my ideas for an inexpensive shield and decent first aid kit you can carry on you wherever you go and not really notice you have it. If you have any ideas yourself or things you think you could add to this, please let me know. But the basic first aid kit, as mentioned, I think you should probably have some scissors on to cut clothes. You need the bandages, you need the Celox, and the flannels and stuff like that, and some gloves. It's to stop life-threatening bleeding, that if no one gets to you quickly, you'll die, basically. So that's what that's for. And then you've got the shield to stop. So yeah, if you have any other ideas, basic ideas, keep it simple, keep it inexpensive, because that's what we want, is so that people who don't have a lot of money can afford to do these things. Because myself, I don't have any money either, so I know often how to do these things on a budget like you would. Yeah. Don't forget to like the video, definitely subscribe, share this to people where you think they might be interested in it or it could help them, because I think this is quite an important thing at the minute. Definitely subscribe, as mentioned, and yeah, thank you for watching. See you later.